I don't have time, but I can prove to you that God did not create any wild animal. The lion was not wild in Eden, but no time for that.
Hi everyone, welcome to Anchor Soul. A place where faith finds its foundation, and hearts are anchored in Christ. If you are new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and let's grow in faith.
It was an ecosystem that was built to reveal harmony, not fracture, not offense. The same kind of harmony that is settled in the heavenlies seeped into the natural realm. And man was supposed to be the high commissioner of this estate to ensure that everything is within the description of God's intention. So man was the first violator of authority. And when he did that, he rebelled against God, and all of creation rebelled against him. That's a story for another day. Are you there? Now, when we go to the day of Moses, Moses came up with a spiritual permutation by which to identify creatures that were clean and creatures that were unclean. And he did this through, by reason of the wisdom that came through his spiritual encounters with God. But you will know that Noah existed before Moses. Is that true? And when Noah came out of the ark, Noah only sacrificed unto God clean creatures. Meanwhile, the nomenclature, the taxonomy of what was clean and unclean had not yet come, as at the time Noah was sacrificing clean creatures. So how did he get that lexicon? Where did he get that from? Let me give you a brief definition, and then we'll continue with our study. We'll deal with all those matters subsequently. Then you'll see that prayer is weaved into the entire Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Because men ought always to pray and not to fail. Now, imagine what kind of buses do you use here? Okay, I don't know that. Now, in Nigeria, we have what we call the 18-seater buses. You need to visit Nigeria one of these days. So we have something called the 18-seater buses. All right, so it takes you to the villages, takes you everywhere. And it's a good means of transportation. And in my missionary engagements, I used to do 18-seater buses in the night. I go to the north, to the Islamic territories. And then on Sunday evening, I'm back. And then I'm in my office on Monday. On Friday, I hop. So I did a lot of traveling using these 18-seater buses. If an 18-seater bus can have an accident, can sustain an accident. All right? Maybe the two guys in front, close to the driver, their skulls break. Maybe one of the guys at the back seat loses one leg. Maybe some others have bruises. Maybe 8 people in the bus come out of the bus clean, no scratch, no pain. Right? One of those times, meanwhile, if you want to use the 18-seater bus, it's better you come early and pick a comfortable seat. So one of those days, I came early, so I got my seat. You know, my legs are long. There are few options of where you can stay and be comfortable. So I got that seat, and I decided to stroll around. Someone came and moved my bags, moved everything, and took the seat. And then all the people in the bus sided with the person, so I just kept quiet. And then the bus now has an accident, and then the person that dies, the person on that seat, you know. I don't like that example, but okay, things like that happen. All right. Now, the question I need to ask is that, were they all in the bus? They were all in the bus when the crash took place, but the outcome of the crash for each person, based on where your seat was different. That's what happened to creation. Creation experienced a crash. This crash affected some creatures such that they lost touch with the way God intended that they should operate originally. Do you understand that? And for some other creatures, it didn't affect them. So the creatures that crash did not affect are clean creatures. The creatures that were affected, their manual, they began to operate differently from their manual. A mutation took place. Those ones are unclean. It will surprise you to know that the greatest impact of the fall was on man. Are you with me? So what was happening to Adam? What was happening to Jesus was doing recalibration. Now, in trying to teach us that we are not supposed to yield to anxiety, he points clean creatures as examples. Are you still with me? Clean creatures still sustain the way they were supposed to operate. By default, they still sustain it. So Jesus is using these clean creatures as examples to point to what existed before the fall.